Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Báwo ló ṣe ń lọ lọ́dọ̀ yín? Okay, this is just a quick one. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
Clear what at least to some extent you supported what you are saying, but at the same time you are still advertising pastors, that some pastors can pray and all that.
No,
right?
No, I said the pastor, they have their own problems. And that's why we are.
Yeah, you were talking of a pastor, a minister. You said there was a time you had issues and a pastor prayed for you, a minister. And
a minister prayed for me, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then you thought it was that prayer that answered your prayer?
No, medically, you know, I undergo.
Oh, it was a medical issue.
As well too.
Hold on, sir.
I don't just rely on the prayer.
Hold on, sir. So it was a medical issue, sir.
It was a medical issue. Yes.
Did you go to the hospital?
And
hold on, sir. No, don't let's just go to. Did you go to the hospital?
Yes, under several
hold on, sir.
I used to pay $500.
Okay.
Every 2 weeks.
Okay, and you were taking medication.
100%.
Thank you, sir. That's what I want to establish. Eshegon, sir. Thanks for the call and thanks for the contribution,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Eshegon, sir. Thank you so much. Sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Bye.
You see, there are something, like I said, I've gotten to the extent whereby I don't argue too much with people who are still into religion, either partially or fully. You can't be out fully and still talk this way anyway. But if you are still inside it, there is a way you still justify our prayer works. And by the time we are asking the logical questions, you will be like, still go back to what we are saying. You said somebody prayed for you, that you went to so many pastors, it didn't work. I'm appreciating our daddy calling in, so I'm not rubbishing his contribution. But I always say there are some people, no matter what you say, they are so deep into it, they cannot reason along your line, and it's all okay. But for the younger ones that are not so deep, before you get deep, and it will end your life. When somebody comes to tell you, like one person that called the last time and said I was sick, it was through prayers and Jesus that I became whole. I said, what was the nature of the sickness? He mentioned it. I Googled it. When I Googled it, they said that sickness, after 6 months on its own, will go. Bell's palsy or something. It will go on its own. Some with medication, it will be fine. He said it was a miracle. I said, did you go to the hospital? He said, yes. Then I said, how did it become a miracle? Before you can say something is a miracle, there is no, you won't go to hospital. You won't have to take medication. Now you say you went to so many pastors. This is where people are getting it wrong. They keep jumping from one pastor to the other, and these pastors will be milking them and even make their situation worse. We all remember the case of one lady that came out and said she had, oh Lord, that she had cancer. Stop it. Will you stop? Emma Binu. I'm so sorry. No, don't come back here. I'm not playing. And this lady said she had cancer, and a pastor asked her to bring money. You remember when she came out? By that time, the cancer has really eaten deep, and she's not, I don't know if she's even still alive. That was 2 years ago. That's why I don't encourage, and I will not keep. Don't mind it. The good dog is very stubborn. I won't encourage people when they come to talk like that, because there are vulnerable people that are listening to us. So I want to correct that notion. If you fall sick, go to the hospital. Take your medication consistently. Like you saw me when I was doing my show now. I just put something in my mouth. It's my medication for the day. It doesn't mean you are a sinner. It doesn't mean you are bad. It doesn't mean somebody hates you or one God hates you. It is process of life. It is part of life. And it doesn't mean you are buying. No. It's when you don't do the needful that you are likely to buy early. As long as it's not as if you have accident or anything went wrong. Or something is doing you. People that they will say just buy like that. By the time they do autopsy, they didn't just buy like that. Something has been happening with them. As long as it's not accident or something. So, I'm a number báwo, Joy Robux, or you are taking us back, artist on you, Tifu Fenyin. So Baba came out telling us now, we minister can't pray for one. No minister prayed for Baba. Baba was going to the hospital. He even said he was paying $500 every week for his medication, to go to the hospital and everything. $500 every week. This all these people that are preaching to you, some of them, anytime they are going for entourage, in fact, almost all of them, they have medical personnel following them, first aid box following them, medication following them. I can count some of your GOs. They are going around with medication. They are not only going around with medication, they are going around with medical personnel in case that can administer first aid, CPR, for one. The same people will now tell you, prayer will not work. Tell me one thing prayer is doing for you that the person that does not believe in the existence of God does not have. That is my question for you. Tell me one thing that you are getting that somebody that does not even believe in the existence of God is not getting. By the time you want to argue it, you say, it's mercy. God will still have mercy no matter what. No, you are the chosen one. You should be doing better than them. You are the chosen one. You are the one that knows God. You are the one that knows his number, that have access to him, that he loves. You love him. He's your God, he's your father. Right? So he should do better for you than those people who don't know him. Somebody, when once said Christians can never be sick. In Yemen, sorrow be any tone fan con. That's Oyakilome. But his members will never. Maybe there was a case where he was saying that they should be eating salt. When I saw that video, I say, me mobi shake by waiting me on show yen. He said people should be eating salt. That very salt is very good. Can't get your dada. Well done. And you know what? His members believed. There is a page. His page is Love and Kinecon page. In that page, he was telling them, and the members were believing and writing in there that he's saying the truth. Salt. Even without you having anything, he will just salt you. Wari Boshemama sweat. You will see your heart itself palpitating, even if you don't have any even if you don't have any underlying ailments before. Or to collect us the underlying ailments. Your kidney will be affected, your heart will be affected. Honestly, it's always very tough talking about these people because their stress is too much. Very tough talking about them. All right, we pick the last caller, then we go, so I can come back later, like 2-3 hours from now. Hello?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Sure, clearly.
Okay. I'll be brief. I just wanted to say that concerning the building churches and the way people are seen as sheep in Nigeria, this is my own thought process. I feel like Nigerian issue is beyond redemption. And the reason is that Nigeria pastors and the politicians, or let me say the government, their modus operandi is scratch your back, I scratch my back. Or how do they say it? Scratch my back, I scratch your back. And it's plain and simple.
No.
Keep these people in chains so that at least they will not have reason to stand up against our bad government. I don't know if that makes sense. Because in life, there's always a reason. There's always somebody who is the beneficiary when it comes to something. The government is benefit the resources in Nigeria. Yes, the government is benefiting from Nigerians by not doing what they need to do, by stealing and making sure that Nigeria doesn't move forward. Because whatever they do, there's no sign that Nigeria is moving forward, and it's intentional. Do you understand, ma'am? is intentional. The pastors, they make money. They claim that it is God's blessing. But when they need money, they ask. But when members need money, they say that we should pray. Abi, at the end of the day, who is benefiting from the resources from these members? It is them. So either way, the government is benefiting from the people unlawfully. The pastors are benefiting from the people unlawfully. Government doesn't want to regulate charity. That's why I say that Nigerian problem is almost beyond redemption. They don't want to regulate charity. They know that if this is how America is being organized or is being run, let me put it that way, this is how they run America. America will not be the way it is. As at this present time, America is feeling like things are spoiling, even though we are nowhere close to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Even though, and that's because some people are saying that no, things are getting tougher. We need a change. We are screaming change. We watch CNN. These people in Nigeria, don't they watch CNN? Don't some of them follow the news in America? But they will never make the changes because everybody is benefiting. I will now go back to the sheep. With the sheep. Mommy, we have this mentality in Nigeria where somebody has to do something for us. You know this prayer they always pray. God, bring my helper. Which helper is in America now? If you don't wake up and go to work.
Helper long.
How will you pay your rent? How will you send your children to school? And who will give you food? Even though there is food pantry in most places in this America, it is not like, it's some people are going there to donate it. It is some kind-hearted people who are donating this thing. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, we have so many rich people, so many rich pastors, and people are hungry. People are crying. People who have ordinary schools, they don't want to give scholarship. So their members' children, just for benefit, okay, you belong to this social group, which is our church. Your children should at least pay half of the school fee. They are not willing to do that. If Baba Oyedipo can just take one state, I'm not saying all the 12 states, I don't know how many states in Nigeria, just one state, and that state will feel it.
He wants to build more church.
Baba Adeboye to take light, and one of these big pastors, they all take one infrastructure or the other. Nigeria will at least move an inch forward, just from contribution from charity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Mommy? Just from charity contributions, but they are not going to do it. And remember themselves, I want to do the God.
They don't want to They don't know what's going on with them. They don't know where they are.
What is it,
When our members here, they don't know where they are until they are free.
Apart from people, most of them, they are waiting for hand down. Most of them, not all of them.
From Kwara
I'm not generalizing. They are waiting for hand me down. God bless my helper so that they can bless me.
Can you imagine that kind of useless prayer?
Somebody's helper. That could be somebody's helper too.
God help me. Help my helper so that my helper can locate me. They've
prayed that so much, it's become a pandemic. That's why I'm saying that even though it seems like they are hypnotized.
Yeah.
But if you look at the death, Mommy, if you look at the death, most Nigerians, not all of them, look at the video you played this morning about the nurses. Look at how they are doing. Those ones who will gather themselves, go to vigil. I think they will not go to vigil.
They will go to vigil. Vigil.
I mean, they will not go to Wednesday service. They will not go to Sunday service. It's even reflecting in them. And they will now be praying, God bless my helper. Maybe your helper is in the car.
Abby.
You know, they do, what they pray does not reflect with what they do. So, Mommy, whatever is happening in Nigeria is from within. It is high time we even stop blaming the government itself, because government is just a group of body. Nigeria itself, we Nigerians, what are we even willing to give to make that country great again?
Do you see how they fight for them on social media?
That's a major question. Ma?
Your question again. I mean, your statement again. You just asked the question now. Sorry.
I said, it's high time we stop even blaming the government all the time. I said, the problem we have is from within. We Nigerians, what are we willing to give to that country to make it great again? What are we willing to give? We should be asking ourselves at this point. We focus on irrelevant things. We focus on irrelevant, those churches that we are building up and down. We can invite expatriates to come and even help us build companies, products.
No,
and then we train.
They won't do that. They won't do that.
You know, but we are not going to do that. We are just waiting to get small chekele change, and then we'll now be saying that So these people that are in abroad that we are working, abi, we just want to be lost in one man's land. We don't want to be enjoying Nigerians' breeze, Nigerians' weather. Don't like it. Do you understand, man? When we start feeling different again.
About 3 months from
and
now.
And there are some people, they are doing Ojudioba, they are doing everybody just doing
Ojudioba, and we are talking about it later. That's the next thing we want to do after this one. We are coming back on that Ojudioba. Ojudioba, in the next show, Tamashi.
We have misplaced priorities. It is very sad. It is very sad. We pray. Everybody has relocated, finish. So about the Russia, the coldest place in the world, you will find Nigerians there.
I was surprised when they said some Nigerians have problem in Kazakhstan. I said, Kazakhstan? Nigerians go to Kazakhstan to go and do what?
Igbo no see. Where is it in this world that Nigerians don't go? And we are the most praying country. We have the most populous churches. We have all these chekele churches up and down that they should have closed down. Ordinary sleepers, you cannot even find. Before you find people producing ordinary pencil, you will work and sweat.
Matches. Talk of matches.
Okay. It's very sad. We're not saying build cars, or we're not saying build generator. We are saying ordinary, just small production. You know, matchbox, something. We are very needy in that country, and we cannot produce anything. We are so needy. Somebody import anything, we know they buy, we know they use them. It's a whole problem. And instead, whenever they talk about husband and wife, whenever they talk about two people with one man that married two wives, that's where we all go and put our mouth. That's the major problem in the country. Meanwhile, the country has fallen apart. Nobody wants to go home anymore. Sometimes I dream of going to Nigeria, but when I think about all the insecurity, the different things, you're just like, well, let me just be managing my cold weather here. That's all I want to say, Mommy. Misplaced priorities. And Mommy, lastly, the person that is saying they should be beating their children to read Bible, please continue. Beat your children
if
very
they don't
well.
want to pray.
Terry, Ibi by Lamawa, we will be on this internet where they will be collecting your children one by one. They will be. We know that they are
that's
people
true. Let them come and try it in this place.
Please
That's
listen
true.
to your pastor.
Yes, you are right. I said that's true. They should try it here in abroad. They should slap their pikin.
Slap your children so that social worker can interview them in school. What happened to them? It's like you guys want to borrow sense, no problem. Go and be beating your children. Beat them very well. And the ones that are in Nigeria, if there's no social worker to guide or to defend your children, no problem. Beat your children. When your children start running away from you, when they refuse to be picking your call, when they are independent, you will understand why then. You don't know, you cannot know it now. But please, if that pastor says you should beat your children, continue beat your children. Now, when you are old, call that pastor back and interview them. Is that how you raise your children? You will see the difference. If that's how Baba Adeboye raised his son will not be following him up and down like puppy dog. If that's how they beat their children, their children will not be back home with them. Deborah Abi, what is her name, will not be running after her father up and down. If that's how they beat their children.
Thank you for your contribution, dear. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We should be stopping. No, Emma pay more after this. Hello. The other number in back question. Hello.
Good afternoon, love.
Good afternoon. Really, you can loud, Dada. Oh yeah, what's the say? Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. I I just want
Make
to
it very
chip in.
brief, please. 2 minutes.
Yeah. Regarding the lady that just spoke now, she said something very, very, very phenomenal. Sherry, this idea of this destiny helper, destiny helper prayer. Oh my God, that thing is very, 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 very toxic, and it's so unfortunate.
Selfish
that
prayer.
Oh my God, because do you know what that prayer does? It doesn't make people realize their responsibility in the journey of destiny, but they don't know. The moment you tell them that this prayer is dangerous, but doesn't that mean destiny helper concept does not exist? It exists in your that's fine. But when you're so conditioned that God has to help someone before they can help you, trust me, you are getting rid of your own responsibility in the line of the whole, destiny business. But by the time you start telling all these Nigerian Christians, they call you an antichrist. Now, I've come to a point, I've realized how that thing has actually damaged the minds of most of them. A lot of them will tell you that, they want to come over and say blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. They say all sorts of things. Now, give them some information in terms of, okay, you need some work experience. Just do certain things for free. They can't. Yet they want to leave Nigeria. So I've come to realize that these are the ways, these little things have actually damaged your minds. Yet they're not seeing it. And I actually just called in to chip in one or two things regarding what that lady said. And she said something so fantastic about how people's mind have been so damaged. And I hope and pray that God will really deliver our people.
Thank you so much.
Well. Thank you so much, ma.
All right, Oshegun. Thanks for your contribution. Yeah. All right, guys, at this point, we really have to stop so that I can come out again, so that I won't be too tired. So I will see you guys again. We'll keep doing what we need to do. For those in abroad, like the caller before this one said, if you live in abroad, please take the advice of Abioye. When you say your children should come and pray, Afro-atheist, I know you will comment. God deliver us indeed. Don't mind our people. We are so deep into it. It's unfortunate. So I want to say, how many times did they hear Oyinbo talk say, may God deliver us? I have never heard them pray that kind of prayer. So if you are living in abroad, your pastor has spoken. He said when your pikin offend, if you call your pikin to come and pray, they no answer. He said, wash their face. Please make sure when you want to wash their face, make sure your hand shows on their cheek so that they can take you to school. Then you will know that Oyinbo no know waiting then they call, I take God beg you. And on this note, I will see you guys much later. Like 3 hours time, I should be back. Or maximum 4 hours, but hopefully 3 hours time, I should be back. Thank you, Afro-atheist. Thank you for this.